29th, 1999, and I'm the oldest out of 5 boys. My mom is a caseworker for abused children. My dad is a construction worker. My childhood was kind of lonely after losing some friends, and one story I remember from my childhood is when I met my best friend. Now I live in Freemansburg, but I used to live in Stroudsburg, where I went to junior high school until last year. Stroudsburg had more trees and forest areas than buildings, and there were no sidewalks for people to walk on. My most important friendship has lasted since 3rd grade, and he's been my friend even when we got into trouble. I remember in first grade meeting one friend that was the weirdest kid in class, but I was his friend because his weirdness made him not care what anyone else had to say. Sadly, he moved away in 3rd grade. I learned in 5th grade that I cannot understand math or science, and I have always disliked both subjects. Never understood fractions or decimals, and now that causes problems for me as I get older. Both subjects go together, so if one is hard, then so is the other. I understand English and history though, and the career I want to have can have both subjects mixed together. As I get older, I started to realize that the world isn't as it seems, and what I mean is that when I was younger, people will tell me that I could do anything I want. Well, it's much more complicated than that. I used to play baseball and soccer when I was in elementary and intermediate school. It's pretty good, but when tryouts started to be needed to get on the team, I left feeling I would never be able to be better than the people who were trying out. Later on in the same year, I quit soccer, then baseball, and tried playing football. Something didn't feel right about playing a team that hated you. Maybe it was because we weren't an actual Stroudsburg team. Before sports got into my life, I tried a musical instrument, hoping I had a musical talent or something so I could have a school activity to do before going home. I chose to play the viola and tried it for 3 weeks before quitting. I thought I sucked, the class thought I sucked, the teacher thought I sucked, and I stopped practicing halfway into the 2nd week. After I quit practice sessions in school, I thought that maybe I could be better at the guitar and bought a guitar. I tried teaching myself how to play the guitar and just gave up trying any musical talent at all because a few weeks later, with no use in it, the guitar was broken. So since the guitar didn't work, I thought up of a better way to show my musical talent that I thought I had. I joined chorus. I was in chorus for 3 years and never actually sang. I learned by that time that music was just meant to be heard by me, not actually made by me. So a career I focused on had nothing to do with a musical talent. Instead, I wanted to be a writer, but I knew I needed a second career just in case I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So my second career I wanted would be a special effects engineer, hoping to work on movies, video games, and TV shows. For fun, I read and write mostly fiction stories. There is more creative in fiction than there is in nonfiction. I've always loved writing and reading. The idea of making your own world and saying what you want to do with it and what the people should do in it seemed fun to me. I would read other people's stories to give me ideas and then build up those ideas until it was one huge different idea. Sometimes the ending result would be good to read, sometimes it would be a horrible idea. I also play video games and sports, but I play sports on my own with no tryouts and for fun. My dad tried to get me into religion, but I started to realize as I got older that having a religion changed nothing in my life. I've always had trouble understanding religion and how it works, so I thought religion should just be left alone and I won't believe in it at all then.